In this video we're going to look at a new feature which we just added to Piccolo CRUD, and what it lets us do is request just certain columns to be returned in a GET request. So it's really useful because it means we're not overfetching data. So let's have a quick look at the app. So you'll see here in VS Code that this is kind of your typical Piccolo app created using Piccolo ASCII new, and we've got our main.py which launches the web server. We've got app.py, which is our ASCII app. It's very simple. We have our FastAPI application here, and then we have FastAPI wrapper. So this is a bit of Piccolo functionality, which basically adds Piccolo CRUD to a FastAPI app and registers it with the Swagger docs. And you can see here Piccolo CRUD, you give it a Piccolo table, and then we have this new feature here called max joins. So let's have a quick look at the schema. So we've got a movie table, has a name, a rating, and a director. So that's a foreign key to another table. And then the director table has a name and net worth. So you'll see here that net worth is a secret. So this is another new feature which we recently added. And what it lets you do is hide certain fields from the API. So we've run this application just using Python main.py. If we open it up in Google Chrome, you can see here we've got the FastAPI docs, and because we're running the app in read-only mode, so read-only, we just got the get endpoints. So the one we're interested in today is the root one. So you'll see here that we have all of these parameters we can filter by. So you can filter by the ID, the name, the rating, director, etc. But then we have this new field now called visible fields. And this lets us request the fields to be returned via the API. So let's give it a quick go. So if I try this out and I execute this, you'll see that I just get back all of the columns. And director, this is the ID of the director table. But what this allows us to do is just request certain columns. So if I execute this with name, you can see now that we just get the name back. But what's really cool is we can then do director.name as well. You can see here now that we have a nested object with the name of the director. And so what Piccolo is doing under the hood is it's performing any necessary joins to return this data. Again, we can just keep adding, so we have to do director.id. We also get the ID. But now let's just look at secrets. So the way you kind of constrain how much data the user can retrieve via the API is via these parameters exclude secrets and max joins. So we set max joins because you might not want them to perform really complex queries which involve a lot of joins because it might slow down your API. So here we've set max joins to 1. And then exclude secrets, what this means is you can stop them from retrieving sensitive information. Because imagine you had a table with a foreign key to a user which contained some sort of sensitive piece of information like an email address. So all you need to do in Piccolo is mark that as a secret. And then because we've configured our app to exclude secrets, if I was to try and retrieve director.net worth, it just returns it as null. So it's just an extra little security feature. So that's it for today. We're just showing kind of how powerful Piccolo CRUD is and how with very little code we've been able to recreate something very similar to GraphQL but using REST.